We run win. Hello guys, I'm James, the Christian take. Woohoo! Women, it is wrong to slap a man. Flat out, it's inappropriate. It's wrong. There's no biblical right nor basis for a woman to slap a man. So quit it, okay? Now this applies to everybody. I just had to get that in there. Let's start why. We'll start with 3 scriptures. Why is it wrong for a woman to slap a man? It's totally inappropriate. 1, the Bible says, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. That's Matthew 7:12. So whatever, the Bible, Jesus said, whatever, this is sowing and reaping. Whatever ye would that men should do to you, do so to them. Women, if you don't like getting slapped, hey, don't be complaining about getting slapped to your husband. If you slap and hit and punch your husband for 7 straight years every day, and he just, is just like, it builds up and then he just pushes you, don't sit there and act shocked. Because if you are physically abusing your husband by slapping him every day, treating him like dirt, hey, and he blows his fuse, come on. You know, first of all, you're disciplining your husband. You are out of line if you slap women, girlfriends. First of all, girlfriends, you're not married to them, so you need to get off that anyway. But women, you're actually disciplining your husband when you get mad at them and slap them. You are out of line. Same with husbands. You're not allowed to hit your wife. You are not allowed to discipline your wife. There is no biblical right. You have no biblical right to discipline your wife, husbands. Women, you have no biblical right to discipline your spouse, your husband. I mean, what if Queen Esther had slapped King Ahasuerus? I mean, she'd be gone. So I mean, you have to be. This has to be able to be applied to everything. There is nowhere, no biblical place where you have a right to discipline an adult. Women, if you are married, you're not the law. You're not the police. You're not meting out judgment as a judge would. You are not to discipline. Nowhere in the Bible do you have a right to do that. You do not have a right to discipline your husband. There is a way, Proverbs 14:12, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. But anyways, it does say, the first one said, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do unto you. So women, if you don't want your men, your husband pushing you, you know, every time you go, dude, leave me alone. If you don't want him pushing you, then you probably should obey the words of Jesus and not push him. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So women, you think it's so, some women, I mean, you see it on movies and TV, the woman slaps the man and the man just sits there and takes it. That may seem right. Oh, you can let out your frustration on him, but he's not allowed to let out his frustration on you. We know it's wrong for a man to hit a woman, but why are you priming the pump? Let's not, I mean, come on. Don't let the devil tell you that it's okay. You know, you seems okay, but you're actually you can wear out that person's self-esteem and destroy your relationship with that person. It seems okay, but when you slap someone and they can't hit you back, you are telling them you're the one in charge of that relationship. You are the one who's in charge. You're doing discipline because he can't do anything back to you because it's inappropriate for a man to hit a woman. See, it's perverted. You wear away his self-esteem because now, oh, I did something wrong. Well, who are you to slap that person? You're not. You need to be addressing it the way the Bible says to address it. Forgive. You know, when he asks you to forgive. Secondly, you are destroying your relationship with your husband if you do that. You're destroying it because you're hitting him, you're disciplining him, and you have no right to do it. There's no biblical basis, so there's no blessing in it. So all you're doing is just being foolish and ignorant. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. That's Proverbs 16:32. All it means is that you can't control your anger, women. You get mad and you hit somebody? What are you, a child? I mean, are you kidding me? Why would you be mad if you slap your husband every day and then your son hits his sister? I mean, he sees you hitting dad every single day and then he hits his sister. Why? He's learning this from you. Hey, come on. You're striking another person who can't hit you back. You're striking another human being who can't hit you back. One, you can't control your anger. That's bad. You can't control yourself. Oh, bah! You just get mad. Well, that means that what are you going to do if you get even worse? What if there's a knife in the kitchen? I mean, come on. Oh, you can't control yourself. That's what the Bible says. It says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. He that ruleth the spirit than he that taketh the city. Well, I just couldn't take any more of his talking, so I slapped him to stop the situation, stop the conversation. I mean, Where did Jesus slap somebody? Come on. And of course, you are striking another human being who can't hit you back. That is inappropriate. You are doing an action to them they can't do back to you. That's hypocrisy. You don't, that's not what the Bible says to do. So, 1, disrespect. This is why women, you don't need to slap your husband. Men, this is also why you don't need to slap your wife. 1, it is disrespect from the women's perspective because the man is the head of the house. Nowhere in the Bible does the person who is lower in the chain of command, even though they're one, nowhere are they allowed to hit the person in charge. No person in the company, I mean, come on, does the first sergeant go and punch the captain in the thing, in the military company? Well, it's true. That's it. There is a chain of command inside the family. I mean, come on, who are we kidding? So, I mean, the first sergeant can't slap, that's why I was slowing down, because like, wait a second. But it's true! First sergeant can't slap the captain. Captain can't slap the general. General can't slap the president. I mean, it's disrespect of a position. Women, if you allow, and you're a Christian, and you say that the man's going to be the head of the household, one thing you can't be doing is hitting the head of the household. That's disrespect for him. And secondly, it's even appropriate, it's inappropriate, as the Bible says, the man's supposed to reverence the wife. So the husband can't hit the lady either. It's disrespect as a human being. It is disrespect. Even for those stupid things when you see little girls slapping their boyfriends. That's wrong. You're not even married to the person. You have no right to do that. It's disrespect for a human being for you to slap that person. You are not their disciplining agent. You're not God. You don't have any business doing that. 2, it is assault. I mean, if that person in some states were to go down to the county courthouse, they could get, they could get a thing written on you, a ticket for assault. A low degree of assault because you just hit somebody. If you take the reaction of a relationship out of it and just go to do someone who doesn't know you, that's it. I mean, if you take the situation, girl slaps boy, well, let's move it to where girl is stranger to boy. Well, that's assault. That's a low degree of assault because you are striking somebody else. Imagine in school, some girl just goes up and slaps somebody. Some boy just goes up and slaps somebody. Come on. Secondly, it does lead to abuse. Obviously, from the men's perspective, spousal abuse, but spousal abuse works for women too. It is abuse. There are men out there who are abused by their wives, and they don't know what to do anything about it because it seems really bad that their wife is stupid enough to hit them, and they can't do anything about it, so it's like embarrassing that your wife beats up on you. But yeah, there are women out there who can't control themselves. They're foolish, they're ignorant. They'll destroy their house because they can't control their anger. It is abuse. Women abusing husband because it's a distorted relationship. The Bible says the man and wife come together, male, female, they become one. They are supposed to reverence each other and respect each other's position. They're supposed to respect each other in the relationship. So that leads to abuse. And 4, it sets a bad example for the kids, like I said before. The people they date, the girls will think it's okay, and the boys will think they just have to take it. I mean, come on. You teach your kids, hey, honey, you're telling your daughter, you can slap anybody, any man you want to, and the boys just have to sit there and take it. Oh, I'm mad at her, and she's like, I can't do anything to her because she's mad. She just slaps me and I just have to sit there and take it, then I have to grovel in front of her. That's perverted. That's not how God intended any relationship to work. That girl is not the disciplining agent in that little relationship that they're having. So girlfriends, quit it. Boyfriends, don't let hey, if she slaps you, put your hand up and you're done. You put your hand up and stop her and you're done. Don't sit there and let her do that to you because that's not right. That's wrong. It is inappropriate. So women, quit doing it. I don't care how many times you see it on television or in a motion picture. It's wrong. You don't have any biblical basis to do it. It leads to, I mean, honestly, if you do it to somebody, I mean, come on. Imagine, take it out, we'll move into a different context. You hit a dog enough, it'll probably bite you eventually. Even with an animal. Humans aren't animals. But if you do it with a dog, eventually the dog will either get away from you. Your relationship with that dog is not going to work. If you hit that dog every day, every time you get mad at it, you're telling that dog, first of all, you're telling that dog you're in charge because you are disciplining that dog because of whatever. You got personal problems hitting the dog. But one thing is you are putting the dog below what he's supposed to be because you're supposed to respect and reverence the animal anyway as an animal. So you're moving the dog down. which is bad. You know, you're making him less. You're not treating him like he's supposed to, but you're moving him down. Then, of course, he's not going to like you. You're deteriorating the relationship because it's like, oh, everything's cool, but, you know, I get hit. So that deteriorates the relationship. Then, of course, the dog might come back and get you one day. You know, you might hit that dog one time too many, and then that dog might bite your face off. Ooh, I wasn't supposed to say that. But anyways, I love you. Thanks for joining me. Blessed name of the living Lord King Jesus Christ. It's 10 minutes. I'm sorry, LaToya. It's 10 minutes, but it's true. Women, quit it. Men, quit it. You don't need that. Consequently, I have seen sisters do that to brothers. Many years ago, I was at a function we were at a family function, and I actually saw a child. We were talking to a family friend, and the boy was sitting next to his sister, and the sister was hitting him, and he was talking to everybody and great and wonderful. Then she started hitting him, and he just shut down. That's abuse. The boy just shut down because he couldn't do anything. And it seemed weird, but it was true. The boy shut down because the little girl, apparently, he was taught to let her do it, and she just enjoyed doing it. She wasn't even mad at him. She was just acting stupid and hitting her brother. But it taught that boy that his sister had a higher level of control in that house. That he just said we actually saw him. He actually shut down. Thank God for changing the family, of course, you know, later on. But I mean, come on. So you don't want to do that. So women, hands off. Men, hands off. You don't have any business slapping a human being. That is inappropriate. That is wrong. You are not the police. You are not the Department of Corrections. You are not the one that God has designed to discipline a person. While we're at it, we'll just add little children in there. You need to ask God how to discipline your children properly. We have spanking. That is ordained in the Bible. We don't have condemnation. You don't use condemnation. You don't make the child. You don't talk the child. You don't bawl at the child and yell. Nowhere in the Bible does it say you're allowed to yell at your child. What's wrong with you? You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to use condemnation, which is even worse. Oh, I thought you were better than that. That's condemnation. That's not how the Bible works. You're supposed to spank the child. You're supposed to teach the child. That's how you do it. That's how it works. And that will establish the child. But you're not supposed to run up there every time. Oh, boom! Slapping the child because you're mad. It turns into abuse if you are doing it outside the will of God, and God didn't want you slapping your child anyway, like that. So, I'll say it like that. You have to discipline your child the way the Lord tells you to. And some people are really going overboard with it. So that's another discussion. So you need to ask the Lord the spanking. You need to ask the Lord about that and get what he has to say about it, because there's a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. And don't let the devil tell you how to discipline your child, because that will backfire on you eventually. And also, like I said, women, it's inappropriate to slap men. Men, it's inappropriate to slap women. Humanity is the crowning achievement of God's creation. Men are made in the image of God. So if you take it upon yourself to strike or discipline a human being, you better be following God. Because if you don't, the law of sin and death will be at your door and ready to come get you. Just like Cain, he eventually killed the person. He killed his brother because he got mad at him. We love you. Rejoice. Be blessed. Name of the Lord King Jesus Christ. Live, move, be, like, comment, and subscribe.